Who hasn't heard of elves? When you hear elf, most people immediately picture a beautiful, fair-skinned creature with blonde hair and pointed ears. For me, it's Legolas from The Lord of the Rings. But the world of elves is a vast one, and you can find them in games, novels, films, and just about every other form of modern media. Almost everyone knows about elves, but for those who don't, elves are mythical creatures, often depicted as similar to humans, but with magical powers and extended lifespans. Most Elvish lore comes from European traditions, which depict them as far more beautiful and perfect than even the most beautiful humans. No wonder elves are among the most popular mythological creatures in modern fiction. But where do they come from? Let's take a look at the history of elves, especially in Norse mythology. In Norse mythology, elves are known as Alfvar. There are two types of elves, the Ljosalfar, or Light Elves, who shine with a brightness greater than the sun. According to the Norse Edda from the 13th century, they live in Alfheim, a realm of light between heaven and earth. The Light Elves are known for their kindness towards humans. Stories even tell of elves and humans interbreeding and producing hybrid offspring who are generally more attractive than ordinary humans. These offspring are often extremely handsome or beautiful and possess certain magical powers. The second type of elf is the Dokkalfar, or Dark Elf. Unlike the Light Elves, the Dark Elves are described as having a dark appearance with jet black hair. They live underground in Svartalfheim, their designated realm. Dark Elves are known for their extraordinary strength and their skill in crafting magical items and weapons. In some stories, they despise sunlight and prefer to remain underground. It is said that sunlight turns them to stone. Dark Elves also have the ability to enter people's dreams and create nightmares. These dream-invading creatures are called mare, which is the root word for nightmare. In Northern Europe, elves were believed to be responsible for disease. Some ancient medical texts attributed certain human and animal ailments to elves, including pain, skin problems, epilepsy, and mental disorders. In order to cure these ailments, people would make sacrifices, such as butter, to appease the elves. For protection, they would also use a cross or pentagram symbol known as Alfkors to ward off the influence of the elves. In Sweden, the elves look more like fairies than traditional elves. Female elves are said to dance on hills or in fields at night, leaving circles behind them. It's believed that if someone urinates inside one of these circles, it can cure venereal disease. However, in fairy lore, there's also something called the V-circle, a fairy ring that brings bad luck instead of healing. If someone accidentally steps into a V-circle, they could be transported to the fairy realm and find it difficult to return to the human world. Another story from England describes elves as magical, enchanting beings. Many English legends mention Elfland, a mystical place ruled by the Elf Queen. A 13th century Scottish poet described an invitation from the Queen of the Fairies, who blessed him with prophetic powers and the gift of never telling a lie. But there are darker tales. In the 16th century, a man reported to the authorities that he'd been kidnapped by the Elf Queen. He claimed that she was either a demon in disguise or at least a servant of the devil, as her elf soldiers were often seen riding white horses through forests supposedly patrolled by demons. In England, elves were often depicted as small, mischievous creatures similar to goblins. The concept of elves was so popular that people even named their children after them, with names such as Alfred, meaning elf counselor, or Elgar, meaning elf spear. Some places in England also have elf-related names, such as Eildon Hill in Scotland or Alden Valley, which translates as the Valley of the Elves. This reflects the fact that elves were seen as powerful and respected beings. Elves were also believed to possess magical weapons that could cause illness in humans upon contact, a condition known as Elfshot. That's the end of today's video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time. Goodbye. You.